No. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Easter Sunday for us over here. Do a quick morning message and then I gotta go get all Easter-fied and go to my grandmother's for dinner and do all the classic Eastery things. Of course, my kids aren't up yet. It's fun when they get to be those ages. Once upon a time, they'd be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get you up to do stuff, you know, trying to get into their candy and everything else. But now they're teenagers and they were still up at midnight. When my daughter's so cute, she's 11, so we even asked her, we're like, you still want the Easter Bunny? Yes! Easter Bunny it is. It's those old sayings, what, you never know when the last time they're going to ask, right? One minute, they can't go to bed without you tucking them in and a hug and a kiss, and the next thing you know, it's been months and you realize they just go to bed. They don't even tell you sometimes. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. All right, we got the number 12. We've got Cancer. We got the Moon, Shadows, Secrets. Let's see what we got for Cancer. It's the Chariot. I like how it's the yin and yang as well in its design. Ooh, we got the feminine energy here. And we got the cord cutting. Sweet. All right. We want to do a story time. What do we want to do today? Come on. Ooh, oh. Energies who we're channeling for today. Messages from beyond. Everything is backwards now. Like out there is the true world and in here is just a dream. It's not about dealing with her when she's happy. It's about being able to deal with her when she's upset. I think you have no heart, and I had a mind once to try and give you mine. Your heart is free, have the courage to follow it. There's nothing new under the sun. Oh, shit, man. As soon as I sit down over here, I don't know if it's my back, maybe my lower spine pulls on it funny when I sit at the desk. Gotta figure something out, y'all. Gotta figure something out. I can't shuffle laying down. I have to be able to sit up. Maybe I sit forward again. Try with that. Worked a little bit yesterday. My apologies. Give me just 1 second, okay? Whew. Makes you hot. I got do or do not, there is no try. I'll tell you a secret. Something they don't teach you in your temples. The gods envy us. They envy us because we are mortal. Because at any moment could be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we are doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are right now. And we will never be here again. Hail to the king and the queen of the ruckus. Always like to play with fire. The ego says once it falls into place, I'll have peace. Spirit says find peace and the rest will fall into place. Would you still be you if we weren't we? The last one's Godsmack song. All right. Get a shadow and 3D, 4D, 5D for these energies. Temple of my body. Taking care of the temple, right? If you are a light worker here for divine purposes, right? Car only runs as good as you take care of it, right? I love those old, those memes that show the old people sitting on their cars, like back in the 60s, and then it shows them when they're young, and then it shows them when they're old, and they're sitting on their car, and it's the same car, and they're like, you know, some things don't need to be replaced as long as you prepare and take care of them, right? I also don't know who needs to hear this, but for all you single ladies out there, someone needs to check your oils and your fluids in your cars and your tire pressures every now and then if nobody has told you lately. Got a Mercury retrograde coming up, y'all. You need to just be in a habit of doing stuff like that, all right? We got celebration, dance, and earth magic fairies this Easter. I like this one. I love this one the most, actually. It's one of my favorite ones, and it always brings to mind this one saying. It's an old shaman saying, and it used to be, you know, when you went to the witch doctor or when you went to the shaman, the first things that they would ask you is, when did you stop singing? When did you stop dancing? Why? True depression is when you hit a point where a truly wounded soul can't even find pleasure in things that they used to find pleasure in. That's what that's about, right? When did you stop painting? When did you stop being creative? When did you stop? Right? It's time to get out there, move, groove, dance. Even if you have no place to do it but in your own living room. Read the directions, even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly. Sunscreen. Ooh, all upside down to you, so. Three major arcana right here in the middle on the top of your 5D line. Definitely some major heavy energies going on here. Something fell. So those will clarify. You know, 55 is important, but you got 2 5s here on the 40 line. 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. A lot of anxiety, a lot of worrying about possible conflicts, a lot of thinking about conflicts from the past and how they might affect. A lot of feeling impoverished, locked out of prosperity, right? There's more to it. That's just the 2 energies that I don't know, I felt I needed to say something about. Oh. All right. So down here on the 3D line, and when I do 3D, 4D, 5D, it's 3D is I like to say it's what people post to be, it's the main narrative, it's the main gossip line, it's the main what people are talking about, what people are assuming. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth. Sometimes there's truth to it, but a lot of times it's a lot of assumptions and things like that. 3D, not as much understanding. I need tape. This is coming down. Cards are starting to fall off my desk. I need a new desk. Anyway, 4D is what's on everybody's mind. It's usually a more truer aspect of what's going on, what's on everybody's mind. The main people out without the 3D influences and the bullshit people out on the outside, right? And then the 5D is messages directly from spirit, from 5D spirit, right? Whatever your source is, whether you're getting downloads from the universe or you're tapping into Mother Earth, that's the 5D, right? Angels, aliens, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same for me. Fairies and angels. I had somebody yell at me once like that. I said something about fairies and like they seemed genuinely offended that I believed in fairies. And all I could do is look at them and be like, you believe in angels? Why is it okay for you to believe in angels and your imaginary beings, but my imaginary beings are less real because they're smaller? I have no idea why, but I just got that image from the movie Hook, where Tinkerbell jumps into giant human form and he's, oh, Tink, you broke your house. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's get into the storyline here. There's two princes. Getting that song, two princes who adore you, right? We got the Prince of Swords here. This is someone who's creating lies, chaos. Prince of Swords is one of those crazy communicators, right? They're the kind of person who twists a conversation. They're the kind of person who digs for details. They're the kind of person who looks for things to use against you in a conversation, right? They're manipulative. They lie. They can say things. They can be very opinionated and hasty in some sense, but I'm getting just a strong sense that this is someone who gossips to manipulate situations, right? Gossips to manipulate situations. There's a lot of juggling going on right now. A lot of, I feel like, balls in the air. A lot of changes happening. There's power and victory for the person that this is all surrounding, right? But there's power and victory, but the power and victory is going to come with this reversed Prince of Pentacles here, right? So the reverse Prince of Pentacles is having issues, okay? They're getting this as two separate individuals, right? So you got this person who is very, very toxic and nasty and spreading gossip shit. You got this person who is right under the Five of Pentacles. So this is a person who's like broke as a joke, right? Not feeling very abundant, feeling, like I said before, that's the energy that I got, locked out of this abundance, right? Or locked out of abundance somehow. I'll show you that card here in a second. But you got power and victory, Ace of Swords, right here in the middle, right? Stay true to your words and your actions, right? Thoughts and words, and keep them organized and where they need to be. Don't allow this person to distract you too much, right? You have the Ten of Pentacles, wealth, right? An establishment here at the end. Just got to keep juggling to figure it out, right? That's the 3D stuff, right? On the 4D, there is definitely, right, and we even had that sheath card, right? The scythe, right? You got death. You got death and rebirth here. It is the time to end old cycles, cut old cords, and just accept that what things are never going to be the same again, right? And that can cause a lot of anxiety, right? This can cause a lot of anxiety. There are people from your past. This is the 5, right? The 5 is still stuck in this cycle of arguing, right? Like, it's almost like, okay, I know I need to make this change. I know when I try to make this change, it's going to cause a conflict. I know it's going to cause a conflict because every time I've ever tried to make this change, it's always caused a conflict for other people, even though it's not their life, right? You understand what you need to be happy. Those people just don't care what you need to be happy. They're worried about themselves. You know what you need to be happy, right? You know, I think you know that the only way to get out of this locked in prison situation is to allow the whole situation to burn to the ground. Right? I think there's a knowing, just a sensing of what, that's the only way you're getting out. Sorry, y'all. I'm telling you, man, there's things going on. You're not as trapped, and you're not as blocked, and you're not as bound as you think you are. There's a lot of energies out there in the world at large, society, the whole nine. You have been programmed to accept things that you don't have to accept. Right? You've been programmed that there is no escape from certain things, and that's just not true. It's just not true. It's just most people get so into a rhythm. See, now when you turn 30, you have your Saturn return. That usually causes a lot of conflict for most people, right? That's usually when a lot of us have our midlife crises and changes. But throughout the course of your life, you'll see that you'll have... I always say, what, are you stuck in a rut or are you stuck in a groove, right? A groove is when you're accomplishing stuff. A rut is when you're just kind of going in circles. And, yeah, it's a time to break this pattern. It's a time to break this pattern of conflicts that leave you locked out in the cold all the time, especially if you know where your heart center is and where your true happiness is and what you need. What does the 5D have to say about this? What? Time to stabilize your money, right? Do not give until it's detriment to you. You are not obligated to give your time, your energy, your money, your anything to anybody who is not reciprocating the same way, right? You need to stabilize your own energy, pretty much, right? There's definitely a leap that's going to be needing to be made, right? I kind of like this whole bare minimum thing. In this deck, I always feel like people escaping a toxic situation, right? This is people escaping a toxic situation. You got a young man, he's traveling off, right? He's going off, right? He can't stay, he can't help with this situation anymore. You got an older woman here, she's running towards a fire that a baby's sticking its hand in, right? She's holding her face like someone just hit her. You know, no one's paying attention to the baby. Baby's burning its hand on the fire, right? It's just a whole bunch of chaos, right? And I just get this strong sense of, yeah, if you can't save everybody, right? If you're not in a position that you could really help, like you're just making it easier for these people to continue their abusive behaviors towards each other, right? Can't save everybody, right? If they're not willing to save themselves, and I get this a lot, especially in abusive relationships, and you'll get a lot of people that'll come in for readings for a sister or a friend or somebody who they know is being abused, and they're just like, I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. You can't. There's absolutely nothing you can do until that person wants out of that situation. And as long as they're still doing dumb shit, like, I don't know, the one example is like, you know, this person's like, oh, my boyfriend cheats on me all the time, and he punches holes in walls, and da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, well, why don't you leave? Well, we just got a car, and both our names are on it, and, well, why are you fucking creating more cords connecting you to an abusive person? One, if you're gonna stay, and deal with your problems in your own house. Don't broadcast it to everybody else, because you just make it weird for everybody else. Honestly, in the end, you make it weird for everybody around you, and it isolates you more and more and more. It's your choice on whether you want to stay or not. It's their choice on whether they want to stay or not, and you can't save them. And now if you're someone, like I said, with this one, it's like a young man finally deciding to go off on his own and leave all this behind, because he knows he can't do nothing in this situation, and the only way he can become something that he can do get to a situation where he can't actually offer some help, like a place to go or something like that, he's got to go. He's got to get away. He's not going to be able to do it there, right? I feel like there's, with the Fool, even with the Fool card, right, that's a leap of faith, right? That's a leap leaving, that this is a better idea. This is the only way I know that it's going to break this cycle, all that, right? Still a lot of calculations in that, right, with the stars here. What I feel it, it's a calling. I know it. The stars are aligned, right? There's major alignments going on right now. Just things for this change is coming in, right? Waters of intuitions and emotions, watering the ground that you stand on, right? Got a lot of taking care of the vessels. There's definitely a pull from the universe. We got the Chariot Cancer energy here again, right? This is mastery. And I like this mastery card because the Chariot usually is pulled by fate and fortune, right? Is what we like to say, right? In this deck, it's 4 elements, right? It's the 4 elements that are pulling you. It's a mastery of these elements, right? It's what my passion is pulling me in this direction. My intuition is pulling me in this direction. I'm speaking this into fruition, right? I'm making physical moves, right? Earth, making physical moves. Air, right? Intuition and words, right? Fire, passion, my passion. Water, my emotions are even in line, right? This is like the alignment of, I don't know, we say 3 brains, but I guess you could say 4, right? You got your third eye, you got your heart, you got your gut, and some people consider their root as well, right? I just have, alright, so I got these 3 majors in the middle here, right? With everything else that I read on the other lines, there's definitely some major movement that needs to be made here. You've got this 4 of Pentacles on this side where I'm saying where you need to watch out for your own stuff and your own stability. I also get that there's other people around you that when you go to make these moves are going to try to take more than their fair share, right? They're going to lie, deceive. They're going to try to get away with as much as they fucking can from you before you go, right? They're going to make their last plays. They're going to try to keep you from taking things that you may need. They're going to try to find ways to keep you entrapped in their program. They want you entrapped in their procreation, and they're going to find ways to try and do that, right? It's going to take a lot of energy when you're feeling down and out and about, and dance, turn on the music, dance, turn to the fairies, right? Turn to that beautiful imagination. Try to tap back into that hopeful energy, right? Right? And use your body to create it. Your body is the magic wand the universe has granted to you, right? It is the temple of which your energy resides. Also, I'm getting the message of what? Eat some vegetables now and then. Drink some water. Give it a little bit of a fighting chance. I mean, I know I've put on some weight, but, you know, this shit is what it is, y'all. I've been taking steroids for a month, so it happens. It goes up and down. But make sure you drink plenty of water. Make sure that you're trying to get as much exercise as you physically can. Stretch. Take care of yourselves out there, okay? Final oracle card. Allow synchronicities. Allow things to work out. Follow your synchronicities too. Look for them and follow them. It's a lot of healing going on. Alright, blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love you. I'll be back just as soon as I can, I promise.